Hey boys and girls, it's March 27th, early in the year, and I'm in my garden and I'm really happy because I have some flowers that are blooming. Look right here. This flower is called a Lenten Rose, and this part is the rose part. And it blooms in February, March, and April, and I am so happy to see it. Usually you don't see flowers that bloom in that. It's actually spring, but it's very cold out here, and they kind of hang down. You can see they're all hanging down. I think they're kind of protecting themselves from the cold. And they're not cut flowers. I wouldn't cut them to bring them in the house. They're so delicate. But they are a beautiful flower that bloom in the winter, and some are, let me see if I can find one here. They're kind of starting to open. Some are a little bit more open. And this one right here, that's just a bud. And it's got a lot of green leaves. There's a bigger set of leaves right here. There's another big one right here. But surrounding the bud are some little tiny leaves. So this is what we're going to draw today. So it's called Lenten Rose. I dropped the marker. You can get out your nature study book and turn to the next clean page. And let me get my paper here. We'll put the date, 3/27/20. And this is called Lenten Rose. It has the look of a rose with its beautiful red petals. So now let's see what we can do to start. So I'm gonna just hold up some of these leaves that I've cut off. I cut off the ones that are kind of dead and brown to clean up the flower. So that's the first thing we'll do. We'll start, because the flower on the ground has a stem like this. So let's draw a stem. Remember, a stem is like two lines together. Now we have lots of beautiful leaves here, and they look just like a leaf. So we're going to start with a center part, and we're going to make a curved line and come back. Lots of curved lines. It's kind of good to stop, and that one kind of makes it a point. And now we have the flower here, just like that, with the stem. And we have a lot of other really nice parts to this flower. So let's see if we can draw some of them. So we have another stem. You can see it right here. We have another stem. So let's just do another stem and put a beautiful flower on the end. Now, if you look at the flower, it has petals. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals and a beautiful yellow center of the stamen and the pistil. Those are parts of the flower. So we're going to make it hangs down. We're going to make this first one hanging down. So it's sort of like we have these petals that overlap. They're just almost the exact same thing here, but they're a little bit smaller. And that's just how it is, hanging down. We can't see that beautiful inside part. We also have the bud over here. Let's make a little stem, and it has some leaves around it. First, it has these green leaves. They're sort of like not this beautiful tear-shaped leaf. They're a little bit more, have some spikes, or this one is in 2 different parts. So let's do that. Just a couple of different leaves there, and then we'll make that bud. It's just one bud. But then I do want to show you, and I want to show on my picture that inside part of the flower. So I'm going to make one more flower here. Now, to do that, I want to make those beautiful overlapping tiers. I want to leave that center part, though. It's a very important part. It's the space for that yellow inside. Now I'm going to draw those lines, kind of just like lines. Let me show you up here. These little lines here, like lots of lines. Now I'm going to color them too, but I do want to add a few more leaves to my flowers here. So I might just add some of these beautiful leaves here. It could draw a beautiful leaf like that, or I could draw some of these other different kind of spiked leaves right there. Okay, now I'm coloring with pastels. So I'm going to start with the stems. They're kind of greenish, and I think that would be a good color for you. You can color the stem green. All of the stems are green, but I do want you to notice they have, some of them have a little bit of red on them, so that would be a good thing to do. Do some red. You can choose whatever red that you like to choose. I have different kinds of reds. Don't forget, you can layer your colors. It's a good thing to do. You can layer crayons. You can layer pastels. You can layer colored pencils. These flowers, they look red. They look kind of like a deep red. So I'm just going to do a little bit light purple here and add a little bit of red to make it kind of a darker color. I'm going to go back and fill that in. I'm going to go back to green, get some of my leaves done. Now I really want to do some layering here, so let me go ahead and fill some of that in. But it looks so pretty when you add lots of different colors of green. And I do have a lot of different shades of green. And you want to do them one on top of each other, and that will make it kind of a beautiful color. So you go ahead and color your Lenten Rose. Don't forget, the flowers are more reddish. The bud is red. I'm going to color that in. And the pistil and the stamen, those are the parts in the middle. That will be a nice yellow part in the middle. Okay, so boys and girls, that is a Lenten Rose. Have fun. Bye-bye.